Hello, I'm Michael Fugit, and just want to take a second to look at just a little bit of the Word. I'm going to do this once in a while, a little bit of a devotion, real brief thought. And the thought for today comes from Romans chapter 12. Do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Now, we've all heard a lot of lessons on that, and we can look at it a lot of different ways. We can apply it to different areas of our life, not being conformed to the pattern of this world. But the aspect of that I kind of want to think about today, and what I want to apply it to today is in contrast to being politically correct. You hear a lot about being politically correct these days. In fact, this culture is based on being politically correct. You can't talk about homosexuality. You can't talk about abortion. You can't talk about anything that deals with moral consequence without someone pointing the finger at you saying, hey, you're politically incorrect. And today I want to apply the Word of God to the concept of being politically correct. You see it in your schools, you see it in your workplace, and sometimes as believers we get under this shadow where we feel we have to bow down to this. Now God has called us to be respectable to people, He's called us to love people, He's called us to be gentle towards people, but He hasn't called us to set aside truth. He's called us to be bold and proclaim His truth with love and gentleness. So how do we do this? It says by the renewing of your mind. How do we do that? We get in the Word. And I encourage you today to get in the Word and see what Jesus did. See how Jesus talked and how He lived, and do that yourself. I want to encourage you today that you don't have to bow down. You don't have to bow down to the politically correct gods. Bow down to Jesus. Speak His truth in love and boldness, and allow the world to be changed through your lives. Do not conform to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. It's a thought for the day. I encourage you to think about it and live it out. Change your world and schools.